Today we are joined with Abby.
Hello.
Abby, tell us your full name.
My name's Abby. Do I have to say my last name?
I mean, it could be a nickname. I thought it was
my name's
Swish.
Abby Swish.
So tell us a little bit about your background and age.
Okay, my name's Abby and I'm 19 and
Oh, you're a baby. You're a baby.
I know, I'm young. And then I'm originally from here, but my dad gets transferred a lot, so I moved from like here to Florida and then like Stewart, Florida, and then Miami, Florida, and then moved back in like high school to here. I kind of like it here more just because it's more calm. It's more my style. Like I just don't have energy.
Yeah.
Like I sleep a lot and don't like to do much. So
I feel
I
that.
feel like this is more of my style.
Are you Spanish? Or you just
I
white?
have no clue what I am.
No, not at all?
I've never taken like a DNA test. I have an idea and like what my mom has told me, but like I don't know if they're exact. So like I never like to say because like what if I'm wrong?
Right. What do you think?
I know I'm Polish and German.
I can see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, my mom is like related to like famous writers from Germany.
Oh.
They used to write the Disney stories.
Mm.
Brothers Grimm.
Oh, Russian people also know that.
Yeah. So I'm related to them through
That's
like
so
a great
funny.
great great grandpa.
You know, most people don't know that. The Brothers
Really?
Grimm.
Yeah, they wrote all the Disney stories and then Disney bought them and
Yeah, I
made
know.
them happy and
Yeah, I know.
Brothers Grimm didn't
I
get
know.
that
Most
much
people-
money from it.
Most people don't know that.
Where's that money, Disney?
That's so funny. You know that. Wow. And what do you do for a living?
Primarily I'm self-employed through OnlyFans.
What led you to start an OnlyFans?
At first, like when I turned 18, I didn't think that I was gonna start one. I didn't really like. It's like, oh, whatever. But I was also working like a full-time job at a restaurant, and like I hated it. I absolutely hated it. It was like working 40-hour weeks, which that is the regular, and like it sucks that is the regular to work like 40-hour weeks to only make like $1,000 a week. Like it's
You're kidding me. I thought you guys get paid good in tips.
but it's hard to be a server because people won't hire you unless you have experience. And like if you want to be a bartender,
You
they
have
won't-
photographic memory.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you want to be a bartender, they won't hire you unless you have bartending experience. So it's like, where are you supposed to get that? I have
Right.
no clue. But I did that for a long time, and
Wow.
I just had a lot of problems at work with a coworker and my boss, so I ended up quitting. Like, no one pays for, like, my rent or like, my college or anything. Like, my parents just basically said, like, good luck. I am a non-nude girl. Like, I don't post. I'm only in lingerie and only in swimwear. It's just, like, I want a family when I'm older, and there's nothing wrong with like doing nude or porn or anything. It's just like not my style. It's just not what I want to do. I just don't also have the confidence for that. Like, good for those girls. Yeah, I just didn't want like to deal with that later in my life. I know that like that's kind of shitty to say, but it's true. So I just stuck to like non-nude, and especially because like my boyfriend now, like he wouldn't like it if I did that because it's like a respect thing for him. So like I'm fine not doing that. Plus I make like decent money, but my first agency was like going on and like they were lying to the fans and being like, oh, I'm naked and my out, and then people would buy it and then report it for being false.
Wait, you mean they were selling those pictures that weren't
No,
you?
they were just selling pictures like of me, like just in lingerie, but they would title it like,
Oh, you can't
see
do
my
that.
like,
Oh, yeah, no, that's wrong.
claiming, and I'd be like, and then someone had reported it, obviously, which
sneaky,
they
yeah.
should have, and because they spent like $100 on like photos of me just in lingerie, thinking that it was porn, and so someone reported it, and
Damn, that's fucked up.
my account got red flagged by OnlyFans and almost got taken down. So I like left with them and I joined another one that started doing the same thing, and I was like, ugh, so I left them too. And then I joined an agency and they didn't touch my account for a month and a half, so I lost thousands of dollars. And I was like, okay. And so for a little bit I was doing it by myself. But it's kind of hard. Like, my account used to be free because it's like I didn't see a point of like charging people to subscribe at first, like only private messages.
Right.
Because like I am non-nude and like I don't know, I think that there's like a difference. But so I was doing it by myself, but there was 1,700 people on there. Like, how am I supposed to respond to like all of those every day, all day?
So they're not paying, but you have to respond?
Sort of. It's OnlyFans is kind of weird. It's like kind of like your Instagram profile.
Right.
So like you have your profile photos and like your profile photos. And so people can like automatically get content like that. Like they can just automatically see photos and videos and whatever you want to post on your profile, messages, whatever.
Right.
So I think I have like 80 posts on my profile and like 9 videos or whatever. But then most of it is through messaging. Like they can just talk to you like an Instagram DM. But all the money usually is either subscribers or like the messaging. Because messaging, anyone can message you as long as you're subscribed. and anyone can buy photos as long as you're subscribed. So you can like send like people will be like, oh, I want to see like this set and like these kind of poses, and then you send that to them, and that's like $50-$60.
Okay.
But then yeah, so one didn't touch my account forever, and then I was just like, okay, so I just did it by myself, but it was like a lot, especially because like some of the messages are vulgar, and like I'm just like,
ooh, like what kind of messages have you read?
There's been like crazy ones. It's like, oh, like send me like a jar of your shit. And I was like, that's disgusting. Which, I mean, people have their kinks, but like I was like, no. And like it's just like more of like, I want to see like your pussy. I want to see this and that. And I'm just like, that's not like my vibe. And so I don't know. But then I signed with another agency and they helped out a lot, but I had a miscommunication with one of the like leaders of the agency, and I just decided that this is a no-go. I'm just gonna do this by myself. I'm not, why am I paying like 40%, 30%?
So is it a lot to do by yourself?
I changed my thing. So I used to have 1,700 free subscribers, but I recently just changed it to paid, just because I was like, that's just gonna help me a lot. And so now I'm like, I dropped down to like 200, and it's just so much easier. And honestly, I've been making more money. Like this month, I've been actually doing really good. Like it's better than most of my months.
So do you have a genre on your account?
What do you mean?
Like something that you are known for?
No, it's just like non-nude. I mean, like I have like cute little outfits.
Right.
I don't know, but I don't have like anything that's like. Maybe one day I'll like figure out my niche, but I just like just photos and whatever, like videos, just like I just post them throughout the day. I send like 200 photos a week. It's like, wow. Yeah. But
what's your limit on what they could ask that would cross your boundaries?
I don't know. I just like it. I feel like the limit's pretty easy for me because it's like, oh, I'm non-nude, right? So like they can't see like my nipples or my, you know, my lady. Just because, yeah, I just don't want to post that. Like sometimes like I have like nips once in a blue moon, but like it's not like something, because like I'll do like live videos on there,
right?
But it's not on purpose. But yeah, it's just that. So like if people ask like for like more than what is already, I just kind of, it's an easy no. I mean, it's in my like bio before you even buy.
What if it's like a dope offer?
Someone's offered me like $1 million to have sex with them, and I've said no because like it's,
like sex, yeah, no, I got that.
Well, I'm in a relationship, so it's like no matter how much money you're gonna wave in my face, it doesn't replace the amount of respect that I have for my boyfriend.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I really want to see like your vagina. I'll pay you thousands and thousands of dollars, but it's like, in the end, that's just gonna make me lose my relationship that could give me way more in value. So it's like. Right. It's not, I don't see that as a purpose. I don't know. I think my boyfriend's worth a lot more than any kind of money to me. So
what does he say about this in general? Because like in general, I would assume most men wouldn't even want you to have OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, well, so I had an OnlyFans before him, like meeting him.
Oh, so he had to be.
So he knew about it. Yeah, he knew about it beforehand, but it's a lot easier to say like, oh, I'm non-nude and get a boyfriend, I feel like, than it is for some girls who do nude, which again, nude is perfectly fine, but I just feel like some men have a large stigma against it, and like I understand why, like it is just preference, you know what I mean? But
wait, so you just said that you think it's harder for women who do OnlyFans that do naked stuff to get a boyfriend?
I guess sometimes, and that's like not in like a disrespectful way.
It's I mean, I agree.
I think that. I mean, it just depends on who they meet. I mean, some men don't care, and like that's fine. Like, and some men do care. So I just feel like maybe it's just who they meet. I don't know if it's necessarily harder. I just think that it's like different, you know. But yeah, I don't know. My boyfriend doesn't really. I mean, he knows what I post. He sees it all. Like I'm very transparent. Like he can go on my phone if he wants to, but like because like. There's no like I would never cheat or anything like that, so he can like easily just go on my phone and look at it if he wants to. But most of the photos and videos he sees, or I'll be like, hey, is this appropriate? And he'll be like, oh, I like that, or that's a little bit much, so don't post that. But otherwise, it's like, I mean, he knows everything I do, so he doesn't hate it. And plus, it's like I almost like say almost 6 figures a year just to post. I was literally about to ask you. So. Wow. I mean, there's nothing he can really like hate on, you know. Plus, I know this is like crazy. A temporary thing, and I'm taking the easy way out, and that's how it's gonna be.
What do you mean? What do you mean that's how?
Like, I don't know. I feel like OnlyFans is an easy way out, and like yes, it is it's hard work for some girls because a lot of girls like produce a mass amount of content like
Right.
every day and they're on their phones like working every day. And then there's some girls who like post a photo here and there and still make a few $1,000s a
Right.
month and still do good. And that's like kind of what I do. But like, you know, I don't have to be like a corporate slave and work every day on like an hour to schedule, be there at a certain time, leave at a certain time. Like I have the luxury of like going to bed or taking a nap or like turning off my phone. So I feel like I am taking the easy way out, but it's just like to get me into a position where I can go to where I want to be in the rest of my life. Like I want a job and like I want that, but I don't have anyone that's financially supporting me. So it's like, how am I gonna spend $100,000 on school when I don't have 100,000? And I don't want to take out a loan because that's how people go bankrupt. That's how people die in money is because they can't afford that because they had dreams but they couldn't afford it. You know, especially now because everything's so expensive.
Okay, question. Doing OnlyFans, what have you learned about men in general? And feel free to stereotype. We honestly don't give a shit.
I don't think I've necessarily learned anything. I think that every man is different. Like, yeah, there's stereotypical people. Like, there's people like that are. I have like people that are older on there that are just like they're lonely and they just want someone to talk to. And it's more of like that. And then there's just people who are horny, and that's fine, you know. But I don't think I like learned anything. I don't think that's like I don't have like a I hate men or any. I'm not like that. I just like it's a good opportunity that I could get myself into.
Say you could step out of your shoes right now, right? And look at your life. What do you think the repercussions are for all the girls that do OnlyFans in 10 years?
Well, I don't know. There's some girls that like make their accounts on fake alias names. And like I think that's way smarter and that's something I probably should have done and like hopefully in the soon future I switch my stuff over to alias names and like just have my account as mine. Because eventually I just want to be like my own person and delete all those accounts and just be done with it. I don't think that there's repercussions. I mean, it's illegal to not hire someone if they do OnlyFans. It's you can't do that. You can sue for that. It just you can't. And maybe like relationship wise, it could be more difficult because there is a stigma, especially with men, against OnlyFans. But I mean, it's 2024 and it's like unaffordable to live anywhere. So you just got to do what you got to do. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
no one wants to work full-time jobs getting minimum like $12-14 an hour just to pay your rent and not do anything else.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like limited options you have. So I feel
Shit,
like
I'm gonna start OnlyFans right now.
when you can. I mean, my family knows about it and they don't.
Oh, yeah?
hate it. Yeah, they know. I mean, my mom knows, my dad knows, my sisters know. So
So let's go back away from OnlyFans. I feel like that was a good 20 minutes. Tell me about your past. How many relationships have you been in besides this one? Do you have a type, or do you go for people who are interested in you?
I love men with black hair.
You love men.
Like,
with
I
black
don't
hair?
care if you're white, I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're Asian, I just love black hair. I don't know.
Interesting.
It's a weird thing.
Never heard
my
that
Prince Charming.
What attracts you about dark hair?
I don't know. I just like dark hair. I have no
just
clue.
are-
I don't know. I don't.
Blonde guys don't do it for you.
I mean, maybe if they're attractive. I mean, I don't like have a like if they're blonde, you know, it's set in stone. But like my boyfriend now has black hair, and hopefully that's the man that I marry. So for now, I like black hair. So I had a boyfriend, and he's if he sees this, it's gonna be so funny. Well, he's blocked.
Ex-boyfriend, you mean, right? Oh, okay.
Ex-boyfriend. Sorry. Well, I had a boyfriend, so I guess that means ex.
Okay.
I had an ex-boyfriend in Miami, and
Oh, they're always toxic.
oh. Well, no, I had a really nice boyfriend in Miami, and then I had like a really crazy one, you know. But he
Spanish?
hit Dominican,
Oof.
and
Dick cray.
no, he was lovely in the beginning. His family was absolutely lovely. His friends were so sweet. I was really close to one of his female friends, but the female friend that I met him through, we were close for like a long time. But her boyfriend just would constantly like say vulgar things, and I wasn't comfortable with it. And like that was my ex-boyfriend's best friend at the time. So I kind of like stood up and was like, "Hey, you can't be saying these things." Like he would make like jokes and be like, "Oh, I raped your girlfriend," and I'd be like, "That's not appropriate. Let's not do that."
But he said it as a joke?
No, he'd be like, "Oh, I like last night I did that," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, she didn't want me to, but I did it anyways because we're dating." I'm like, "That's." So yeah, so I kind of stood up and it was like, "That's not right," and then it kind of ended because like they were like, why would you tell people that he said that? I was like, because it's not right. And then so we ended because of that. And then I dated a boy that was absolutely insane, and I have trauma to this day from. I dated a boy North Shore, not North Shore side, but like almost North Shore. It was actually really good at first, but then he went crazy and cheated on me and shot some dogs. So
What?
yeah. So the trauma.
How'd you find out he was cheating on you in the first place?
The roommate.
He snitched on his friend?
Well, he was having sex with the roommate's girlfriend.
Oh shit.
Yeah. See, like I met her. I sat down and ate with her, and she still had sex with my boyfriend at the time. I was like, that's disgusting. Like you are a terrible person. But
Wow.
yeah, like he told me, and then he beat the shit out of my ex-boyfriend, which was really funny. But
Really, like
yeah.
hardcore beat the shit out.
Yeah, well, because he was
Yeah,
having
yeah,
sex.
for sure,
I mean,
for sure.
if I was a dude, I'd be doing the same. But
Wow.
and then I don't know. I went,
How did you feel when you found out he was cheating though?
I was so sad. I like cried. I've been cheated on before, but like it wasn't like significant. I was also younger and I didn't really understand what was going on.
Right.
And it wasn't like a when you're older relationship. I mean, I'm not older, I'm still 19, but
Yeah, you're a baby.
but like it's just different. I don't know, but we were together not that long actually, but I just like I was attached to the hip with him. Like we were like
Doing everything.
like yeah, did everything together. So it definitely hurt my feelings. I was really really sad, but then I'm also the type of person where it's like I will be super sad but then lose all connection I have with you. Like
Why?
I have like a switch.
Oh, it's one of
And
those.
so right when he like cheated, I was just switch turned on and I was like I hate you and I hate everything about you. Like I despise you as a human being. Cuz like why would you cheat on me? Like that is such like it's a terrible thing to do to a person, especially when they give you so much trust, especially like past experience that I've had that are private that like give me like those issues. And it's like how could you do that to me? You know what I mean? So I was really angry with him and I went back to get my stuff and I realized some dogs were gone. And I was like, where? And we found this dog on the side of the highway and I love this dog. I freaking love this dog. And, like I bought them all flea stuff and toys and snacks and treats and I would play with them for hours when I was there. It's big like fenced yard. And so I was like, where is this dog? Her name was Rosie. And I was like, where is she? Like I couldn't find her. And so I'd asked him, he was like, oh, I took her to hunt a pig and she got hit and infected. So we put her down. I was like, that doesn't make sense. And then he had this skinny dog that one of the girls, he had like a house party, a girl called Humane Society on because it was skinny. And I would feed it every day, it just wouldn't gain weight. And I didn't understand why. I was like, this dog is like really skinny, not gaining weight. And then it was gone too. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, where are these dogs, right? And then his friend, which, by the way, if he sees this, I hate you. His friend outed him and was like, Abby, his name was Noah, I'm outing you. He showed me all these photos of dead dogs. And he was like, he kills dogs, like, watch out. But his friend, like, came up to me and showed me photos of, like, these dead dogs and was like, look at, this is what your ex does. And I was like, what? And then I contacted the roommate, which, by the way, hates him, right? And I was like, hey, have you seen, like, this dog? And he sends me pictures of the puppy that was skinny, dead in a crate with, like, water filled up to its brim. Like, it, like, drowned in its own shit. Like, dead. And then, like, skulls and, like decaying dogs with hair still on it. Like he starves them to death and shoots them. And, like,
What the
apparently my dog, he shot it and just threw it in the bushes.
Well, that's a weird fucking person.
Yeah, so obviously he's psychotic and I hope to, yeah, whatever.
You
But-
never sensed these kind of behaviors on him?
No, because when we were together, all the dogs were fine. Like, there was nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's fucking
nothing
gross.
disappeared. They all, like, were getting fed. I was there. I'd play with them all. Like, they were all, like, was building even bigger, like, cages for them. Like, they had space. He would take them out all the time to hunt. Like, they seemed well taken care of, so I didn't, But then right when we broke up and I had gone to get my stuff, they were all gone. And I was like, this makes no sense. And then so his friend outed him. And so I went to the police and I was like, hey, what do I do with this? Right? Like, what do I do? Or I went to the Humane Society. They suggested I go to the police. So I went to the police. I had like a whole Google document with like
Pictures.
statements from his friends, from his roommates, from like anyone he knows. I dug and I found people to do this.
Whoa.
And like I got everything, photos, and I showed it all to the police. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do, but like he's literally killing dogs. He's admitted to it. There's screenshots of it. Like and they did nothing. They said that they didn't have enough proof. But
Sounds like you know how to pick him.
yeah, definitely. Well, my boyfriend now is like an angel baby. So.
Yeah, let's talk about him. I don't want to talk about no damn dog killers.
I love my boyfriend. My boyfriend is like the nicest.
How long have you
human.
guys been together?
Like a year-ish. We've known each other like a year.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but we met through one of my friends. Her name's Elisha. She's the cutest human being ever.
Mhm.
But she had posted a picture of him on her Instagram story, and I was like, oh, he's really cute.
Mhm.
But I had just ended it with the crazy one. I had a lot of trauma from that, obviously. So I wasn't like really looking for anything. So
Mhm.
him and I, we met at the gym. Like she told me to, oh, come to the gym, blah blah blah, like whatever. And I have been going to the gym a lot, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I like went and worked out with them, and he was super shy. He
Oh.
didn't really say much to me, but it's because he knew that I called him cute. And then
Yeah.
we talked like every day since then. And it was super slow at first because I didn't really know if I wanted anything and I wasn't sure. And he was a different personality type than I usually go for. Like, I usually went for extroverted people because I like was really extroverted, and especially like when I was like finishing high school, like 17, 18. Like, but then I kind of like, I don't know, I've dulled down this year. I don't have energy to go out anymore. But he
Guys, the same age?
no, he is 23, turning 24.
Mm.
Yeah, he's Japanese, and I love
Ooh.
him so much. But yeah, so he asked me out, and then at first I said no because I was like, I'm not sure. Like, I didn't want to go in another relationship and it ends so horribly. I didn't.
Wait, you
wanna,
guys were talking already, and then he asked you out?
Yeah,
And you said no?
I said no, and then he asked me out again, and I said yes.
Well, how
and
did
then-
you say no?
I just said that I wasn't ready yet. I didn't say like, no, I don't want to date you. I was like, oh, I'm just not sure
Right.
where I'm at right now, and I don't know. Like, I don't want to tear you down by giving you the wrong answers and like leading you on just for like me to decide like I wasn't ready yet.
Right,
So
right,
I told him that like straight up. I'm really honest and I'm really blunt, so I don't like hide much. And so, but yeah, and then he asked me out again. We went on a bunch of dates, and then he asked me out again, and like, I don't know. I said yes because like he was treating me right the whole relation, like a whole of us talking like flowers, like bring me out on dates, like just being like a person that's just really like puts in effort and like shows that he cares. I mean, with my ex, the Valentine's Day gift I got him was Zach Bryan tickets, and he got me a $1 7-Eleven rose. So I was
What?
a 7-Eleven rose that was $1.47 or something like that, and I got him Zach Bryan tickets.
Was it a fresh rose?
It was kind of dead.
Did it come with a Slurpee?
Nope, came with nothing.
Hey, bro.
And which
Gotta
is
put it
funny
a
because he
little bit
gave me the rose after, like a day after, and told me after I told him I got him Zach Bryan tickets, he got me a 7-Eleven rose. You'd think that he would put a little bit more effort, but it's okay.
That
But-
should have been an immediate red flag for you.
Oh no, it was. I was right. No, because we had broken up around like February, and that's February is Valentine's, so it was like right after that we had broken up because my friend at the time sent me a picture of him on Tinder, and then I also at the same time the roommate told me about the cheating. So I
That
was
Tinder
like,
thing is so frequent. I hear so many girls tell me
yeah,
about
I
that.
don't know like how they think we're not gonna find them on Tinder, especially because it's such a small island. Like
The question is, how come they always get caught on Tinder?
because
How come you guys probably always have single friends, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my friend was single and she had Tinder,
Yeah,
and so
it's
she
always,
just sent it to me. She's like, oh, you're the like I.
Did he play it off and be like, no,
He
I'm
was
just using
yes, he played it off. He
I'm
said
just using
that
it for friends.
he said that his friend signed up, or he used his friend's phone number to sign up, because for some reason his phone number wasn't working,
Right.
and his friend had gone on there,
Mhm.
and I was like, that is a lie, and I was like, okay, have your friend tell me that. Silence. I was like, I'm not that dumb. Like I'm pretty naive, but I'm not that dumb.
You're naive?
A little bit, but
Aren't you East Coast?
yeah.
We're not dumb.
I like to believe the best in people.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm one of those. But yeah, but my boyfriend, like, when we started dating, like, he just put it, I don't know, like, I never was with someone that, like, really cared that much as he does. He takes me on, like, gorgeous dates. Like, we'll just go to picnic on the beach.
That's cute.
And, like, drive around listening to our favorite music. He, like, knows my favorite places to eat. He knows every single order to, like, any food place we go to. He knows it on top of his head. Just
That's
knows. Like, I have an obsession with Squishmallows. He'll just show up with Squishmallows. Like,
What's that?
it's like a toy. It's like a big pillow toy.
Oh, you
Yeah.
you collect them?
I have so many. I have like
Oh.
25.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with them. And then like he just brings me like he works full time, and he brings me like sodas when he's done with work. So I like frozen Cokes from McDonald's, and he brings me those.
Wow, he really
He
loves
brings me
you.
snacks. Every time my flowers die, I automatically have new flowers. Like he went with me to that concert because I had no one to go with anymore, and he
Oh,
doesn't even
sweet.
listen to country. and he went and he like bought an outfit for it and like matched with me, and we took photos, and it was in San Francisco, and like we adventured in San Fran, took a bunch of couples photos, and we were like fresh couple at the time, but like he just like the day we met, he just effort, and that's
And he still keeps that effort.
every day. Like
Wow.
he's like one of the most, sorry, I get emotional because I love him so much, but he is like one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. Like he like is really helpful, especially because like I love my family, but they aren't great on the emotional aspect, and so he really like plugs that hole for me. Like
He brings this out of you.
yeah, like he's just so great. I don't want to go out anymore. All I want to do is be with him, which I know could be seen as toxic, but
No, I love that. What are you talking about?
like we just sit in his room and play video games all day.
I love that.
Like,
I love
play
that.
like Minecraft, Power World, which is a new game that came out. Like It Takes Two, random games, and we just sit there and we play for hours. And
Because that's what who you want to be with.
yeah,
You don't see
and,
a
like,
point wasting time
he has
outside.
his sports, like he likes to play airsoft, and I have my sport, and I like to surf when I have my horses, and like we'll dabble into each other's friend groups, but I'm sorry, spit, but
That was a joke. You could spit on the mic.
I don't mean to. But yeah, he's just a great person, and like
I love that.
it's really good to have someone that you can have communication with, because like obviously couples argue, and we've had arguments, and we've had like good arguments, bad arguments, but like every time he's just like, I'm so sorry, and like I understand what you're saying to me, and I am doing it wrong, and I will work really hard to do it better, and I hope you see results, because I'm going to make it happen. It's not like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's like he like is elaborate and like puts effort and like communicates super well and is super in tune with his emotions, and like we tell every day he tells me how pretty I am,
Oh.
and like every day I tell him how much he matters. So it's like we just have really good communication, and we make each other, because that's what I feel like a relationship should be, just like kind of building each other up and making each other a better person. It shouldn't
Right,
be like,
right.
oh, I just want to be around this. Like he generally makes me a better person, and he gives me a lot of support. Like he's always there for me. Like no matter what, he's there for me. So that's
You know,
why
you're lucky at your age. You broke the cycle that you were in.
yeah, I'm
You know what
very
I'm talking about,
lucky.
right? Girls they
Yeah.
keep going in the same shithole of toxic.
Well, that's why I was like, I knew that when we were when we were first talking, I was like, maybe I need someone that's like different than what my
Right.
usual. Like I usually go for people who are super out there and like
Right,
talkative.
right.
And he's super quiet and like super shy. But like with his friend groups, obviously he's different. But like at first getting to warm up, it takes him a while. But he's just perfect for me. He fits so well. Like I'm kind of blunt, and I have like no limit, and like if you're being rude to me, I'll tell you, and if you're being disrespectful, I'll tell you. And I don't sugarcoat things, because what's the point of beating around the bush? I'm only here for as many years as I'll live, so why am I wasting time trying to make you feel better if you did something wrong to me?
Agreed.
You know, and I'm not going to keep people around in my life that bring me down. What's the point? Like, I only have so many years of being, like, I only have 1 year of being 19, 1 year of being 20, so I'm not going to waste it with terrible people. So I'm very, like, blunt. I'm very, like, I don't like you. Like, I'll say it to your, I don't care. But he's just, like, very shy and quiet, and, like, it just works so well.
I love that.
It just works. Like, I'm behind him, like, yelling, and he's like, but, yeah, we're just, yeah.
It's a good blend.
Yeah, we go to, like,
definitely a good
we
one.
go to karaoke together, and, like, we get food. We
Yeah,
have our
you could
plate.
tell.
Yeah, we're regulars at a ramen place next to my apartment.
Right.
I just love that, man. And we eat the same. We eat the same foods, so.
That's
Like-
good. Talk about your red flags in a second, but I'm going to give you a list, and you just have to answer fast. Red flag, green flag, okay?
Okay.
Number 1. Guys who post on social media.
Beige flag. Depends what you post.
I just told you don't do
But
this.
like, I mean, if you're posting, like, crazy, like, things, like,
Okay,
racist
fine.
things,
Okay.
you have to,
You're right. Okay.
depends what they post. If they're posting, like,
Okay,
full
posting
on-
a lot of provocative content on social media as a guy.
Red flag. Like, I do the same thing, though.
No, I was mad specific. Provocative? Shirtless pictures? You don't mind that?
Red
Well,
flag.
Okay, thank you. Guys who have female friends.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys who have a quick trigger in bed.
A what?
A quick trigger.
What the hell is that?
Like, don't last?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. So that's medium?
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I feel like it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't care.
Guys who are close to their mother.
God,
You are
these
so slow.
these are like, but these are like, I don't know, like there's like different types of like close to like friendly with your mother and like you want to like you're in love with your mother.
I would say you're in love with your mother.
Okay, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag?
That's a red flag. Like if you want to date your own mother, that's
No,
no, but
not
like they
the
act like it. They're like mommy's boy thicking through like when like they're like 30 years old and still like on top of their mommies. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like you see what I mean? Like there's a difference of like appreciating and loving your mother because she's a wonderful woman and appreciating and loving your mother because you've got the wrong intentions.
Okay, what about calling your mom every day? Is that considered too close to your mom?
No, because like the questions you ask, like they have like there's like the
But that's the
good- there's
point.
the
I want
green flag
to
of
bring
and
it out. Just like tell me
there's
what
the
you
green flag of it and the red flag of it.
I know.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Last one. Guys who support Andrew Tate.
Red flag.
Okay. Why is that?
I think
All I wanted was the honesty, you see? But you're like looking at me like, oh my God, was not that our answer? I don't care what the answer is.
I think Andrew Tate can bring out like some good things for men and make them feel more confident because I think that today especially it's like, oh, all men suck. Hate
Yeah.
men, which I understand, like men do bad things. I understand, but like
Yeah,
women
like shoot
do
dogs,
as well,
man.
you know? And so I think that there's like sometimes there's the confidence that he gives them and that's fine and that's great. But I also like he does wrong things where like there's the whole like he got arrested for sex trafficking.
I don't think that was real, but yeah.
I don't know. He's still arrested, or was still arrested. But and then like the way he speaks about women, I don't find respectful, and the way he treats women, I don't find respectful. And like the whole domestic violence thing that he went through, which has like videos of him literally like, and like the girl literally said like I didn't want that.
Wait, he hit people?
There's a video of him like in a bedroom with a woman, and like he's just being really aggressive with her.
Right.
And I could be seen as foreplay, but as to what I have heard, which I know everything on the internet's not necessarily true, so
Right.
I could be not, you know, I could be wrong, but she didn't really seem to want that. But it's just, I mean, those are videos, so like there's nothing that we can like depend on those because everything's different. But
Right.
from out of his own mouth, I just think that the way he speaks about women is not what I would want myself to be around or what my man to think of me like. So I mean there's like I agree with like boosting men up and like having that confidence there, but the red flag is like I just don't think that men should think of women like that and women shouldn't think of men like that. I just think that it's a little bit toxic nowadays.
That I agree.
So I don't know.
I feel like in this generation we have a worse reputation, men, than ever. Girls have a better reputation than women nowadays.
No, I mean, like recently, especially like with the culture, it's cheating is funny, and it's normal.
Oh,
like,
really? That's what you're hearing?
Well, yeah, like no one really like. It's just I cheated on my girlfriend. Like there's a really hot girl. Like blah blah blah. Like people cheat a lot, and I think that and like especially with like not music, but like that's just the culture nowadays. It's just everything's more sexualized.
Yeah,
I think,
100%.
and I don't know. It's just like everything's a little different. So I feel like men think of women a bit more sexualized, and I think women think of men more sexualized now. So I think that there's a big difference now with like how everyone acts just because of that. It's like a recent thing. I mean, like remember when Miley Cyrus posted the wrecking ball video and everyone went crazy and was like, "Why is this lady naked on a wrecking ball?" And now it's normalized, which is fine, but it just causes a lot of differences. I feel like so. I don't know. Nothing wrong with it. I don't want to say anything bad, but yeah.
You consider as a red flag for men that you look out for?
I think overconfidence sometimes,
Ooh.
because I think that like I love men who are confident, but I think that men who can be a little bit too overconfident, same with women, can be a bit more disrespectful when it comes to the other sex and to their fellow like gender as well. I just think that sometimes people just need to dial it down a little. I think my other red flag is men that don't own up to what they say or do, and they lie a lot.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. There's like a lot of men that make mistakes, and it's okay to make. Everyone makes mistakes, but there's.
Sorry.
You're popular today.
No, it's just.
It's okay for like men who make mistakes, but there's a difference between owning up to it and growing from it, and then there's the difference between I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about, you know? So I just feel like it depends on the situation, but I just don't I don't like people that don't grow from what they've done. I like they stay in the same spot. And I hate liars. Like I just don't understand it. Just tell the truth. It's not that big of a deal. So I don't know.
Are you the type to own up to your mistakes?
Yeah. I
Really?
apologize a lot to my boyfriend because
I like that.
I am very petty and I am very dramatic. So when my feelings are hurt, I'll make it known. And when I don't like something, I'll make it known. And so sometimes I'm a little mean and I have to dial it down where I'm like, I'm being disrespectful right now and I need to not do that. So I will text him like ahead of time. I'll call him and I'll be like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like I woke up in a bad mood. So like
No, you don't.
I do that. And he'll be like,
That's
okay,
hilarious.
thanks for telling me. And I'll be like, yeah, I just want to let you know. So like if I say anything wrong, like I don't mean it. Like I'm in a bad mood, like something like happened with my family or like happened with the horse or anything. Like I just tell him ahead of time, like I'm just in a bad
That's the
mood.
meanest, nicest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
it's not like don't talk to me. It's
Right,
just
right,
like
right, yeah.
I just want to put this in perspective. Like it's obviously like I need to fix that, and like I'm trying to grow from it.
That's
but it
actually
does
that's
happen.
pretty cute. If somebody said me
Because
that.
we're all gonna have bad days,
Right, right.
and we're all gonna be a little bit frustrated and not want to talk to anyone. So as long as I make it known, it's not gonna cause an issue.
Right.
And there's some days where yeah, like I act like a bitch, like I act mean, and like that's why you just gotta be upfront with it. And I'm just like, hey, like just letting you know, like today I'm in a mood,
Right.
and like I don't mean to take it out on you, and I apologize, and I hope I don't, but I'm just putting that into perspective so you understand. And you don't. If I say something wrong, please call me out on it, but also I don't mean it.
You're mature for 19.
Thanks. But yeah, I tell my boyfriend like if I do something, call me out on it. Call me out on my shit. It's how I'm gonna become a better person is if you tell me what I'm doing. You know
So do you consider this your red flag?
what?
Like your moodiness? Or do you have a different red flag? Because my next question was gonna be, what's your red flag?
I think my moodiness can be, I don't know, I get in these moods where I'm just super angry. Like I get angry, I'm short-tempered, so like things make me upset and I take it to heart very easily and I just get mad. And it's something that I'm working on and like obviously it's gonna take time. It's something that I've always been like. But I think that is my red flag, and I think my other red flag is I'm very sensitive. So things hurt my feelings quite often. And I like to act that like they don't, but they do. And I try to act like one of the boys, but it does still hurt my feelings.
Put up a front.
Huh?
You put up a front in order to show I'm strong.
No, I will say like I'm sensitive, but I try not to do that. You know, I try to.
Have you always been like that?
No, I've always been like that. That's just, like I don't know. I've always been like kind of shy of everything. I was super shy when I was younger, so like me being sensitive was just. And like it's weird. I grew up playing video games, and like I like lived on CS:GO and like lived on Discord, so I'm like used to how people talk, like on especially when it comes like aggression like that. But I'm still sensitive. Like it still will hurt my feelings. Like I know I want to be one of the boys, but I still am a girl, you know. So I'll it's just different.
You still gotta treat you.
Yeah, it's still different.
Yeah.
So like a situation happened the other day, and like someone was like, "Oh, I was just making a joke. Like you're one of the boys." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not. I'm a girl."
Right.
And like so, there's just a difference of respect that you need to give me, and certain things you can't say to me because I am a girl.
I mean, it's good you drew the line.
Yeah, they didn't like that.
Yeah, you're
but-
vocal, of course.
But so
Yeah, guys are not really good. You're very good with talking about your feelings. Guys don't really participate in that. We don't know how to do that.
Well, my boyfriend wasn't great at it either when we first got together, but
He's good now?
we had a sit down talk, and I just kind of told him like I really want him to express his feelings to me, and that his feelings matter, and that he's allowed to be happy, and he's allowed to not be okay, and he's allowed to be sad, and he's allowed to be angry, frustrated, or whatever. I just want that to be talked about, and I want it to be a discussion, and I want to know how he's feeling, and if he doesn't want to talk about it, just he can. It's fine to have alone time too. You know, he's his own person. He doesn't need me for everything. So I mean, it's a lot better. I mean, we both have so much to grow from, but as of now, we're really good with communication and emotions, which is thank God.
I love that. Okay. Last question for you. How often do you get hit on being a girl who lives in Hawaii?
A lot. And I don't mean that as in like I'm boosting my own ego, but like and through my Instagram I do a lot, and then like just today when I was getting McDonald's before this, my McChickie, there's some guy like parking his truck like hollered at me.
What do you say?
He was just like he whistled and then like waved, and I was like okay, but like it's kind of typical. Like my boyfriend will notice it too. Like we'll just like walk in a parking building or walk outside, and people, especially like older men, will stare, and that like I mean I'm sure it happens to a lot of girls. It's common, but so yeah, and like I'll go surfing, and I've had people ask me before, and I'll like go out with my friends, and people will ask for my number, hit on me, and I just be like, oh, like my boyfriend's like my background on my phone, so I'm just like,
Oh yeah, that's better.
like, here you go. I mean, I post him all over my social media, but I also like to keep him private because I do OnlyFans, and there's a limit to what I want people to know about me. I feel like people don't have boundaries, which is annoying. They think that like, oh, I'm a girl that has an OnlyFans and posts like Instagram photo, like big beach photos, but they think that like I'm gonna cheat on my boyfriend with them. It's like I'm not gonna do that. You know, like why would I? You know, that makes no sense. People like DM me and they're like, I know you have a boyfriend, but like, you want to hang out? I'm like, no.
Well, even for friendship, you wouldn't do it.
No, people DM me and they're like, you want to go on a date? And I was like, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, and? I'm like, what do you mean, and? Like, from my perspective, if you were a dude, right? And
Yeah, you could ask me.
You go up to a girl.
Yeah.
And you ask her out and she has a boyfriend, but she says, sure. What does that make you think of that girl? She's a cheater. And
Yeah.
then if you were a girl, right, and you asked a guy out and he had a girlfriend, again, he would be a cheater. Why would you want to date a cheater?
Well, that's where you're thinking wrong. Who said they want to date you? They want to experience a moment with you.
Too,
You know what I
but
mean?
like, what would make you like? I don't know. Like, my opinion is like cheating is disgusting. I don't want to be near someone.
You've never
who would
even
do that.
thought about it?
No.
No.
I love my boyfriend in bits. I wouldn't. You know, that's not something that comes in my head.
I support the cause.
Yeah. Well,
Is it overwhelming in this generation for girls to get this much attention?
I think it's overwhelming, but I also am the cause of it.
The way you dress?
Yeah, and the way I post, it's gonna happen. It's my job, so it comes with the territory. So I can't sit here and be like, oh well, I didn't want that. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I don't want that, but it is my job. It's how I make my money, so it's gonna happen, and it is how it is. Yeah, like,
I respect that.
I mean, if there's girls that like, there's girls that don't do what I do, and they're very like laid back, and they don't post the way I do, and like they get harassed by men, then that's different. But for my situation, like, I'm more proactive than most, so like I kind of not asking for it, but
It is asking for it in some way.
I don't want to say that because that's messed up, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of.
Kind of. All right, Abby, you did great. With that, we conclude the podcast. We want to thank Abby Swish
Me.
coming on.